Aditya Agarwal is also now joining us. Aditya, can you just give us your market view? What is the sense you're getting about Nifty?
Afternoon, Pankaj. Well, if we see Nifty, then Nifty is broadly stuck in a range of 9,000 to 9,200 for last 1.5 weeks. And we are expecting that Nifty will continue to trade in the range, in this particular range for next couple of trading sessions before it give a fresh breakout. On the lower side, we are seeing put writing at 9,000 levels, so that will prove as a very strong support. Similarly, at the higher side, we are continuously seeing a call writing at 9,200 levels. So Nifty will continue to trade in the range, but in this range also we will see a lot of stock specific movement. And if we see in today's session also, means we have seen some profit booking from higher levels, but if we see a couple of stocks, banking stocks, particularly PSU banking stock, they have seen some good buying. So individual stock specific movement will continue in this kind of market also.
Right. What will be your call on Bank Nifty going into expiry?
Well, if we see Bank Nifty, then a chart of Bank Nifty is looking better than Nifty from current levels. Means we saw some retracement from 21,300 levels. It retraced at 20,700 levels, and in last 2 days, it means yesterday we saw some short curving. Today's Bank Nifty has added some 5% shares in open interest, which on the long side. So we are expecting that Bank Nifty can easily test 21,400, 21,500 in next week. So it's a good buying opportunity. We are seeing a lot of buying in PSU banks and in some of the selected private sector bank. We have seen some short curving today. So on back of that, we are expecting that Bank Nifty will outperform Nifty in short term.
Right. In terms of banking names, I just wanted to ask about PSU banks. Do you think PSU banks have given a momentum on the higher side today?
Well, yes, means if we see PSU banks, most of the PSU banks were trading in a band for last couple of weeks, and today from lower levels, almost all the PSU banks have seen some good pullback. So we're expecting that this pullback will continue for some more time. I'm not expecting a runaway rally in PSU banking counter, like they will run away by 10 to 15%. But yes, from these levels also 4 to 5% upside in PSU banks can be seen in near term. So any profit booking in PSU banks, or there's any decline of 2-3% from current levels, it can be used to make long positions, and we can easily see 5 to 7% upside in PSU banks from current levels.
Right. Aditya, just stay on with us. Markets are just about to shut. I'll just come back to you. And markets have given up most of their gains. So it was around the 9130 mark when we started the show, and now it's 9100 towards the close. Exactly opposite of what happened yesterday. Tata Steel on your screen is flat with a negative bias. Yes Bank is, with the big fundraising, is still up around 1% or so. Tata Steel, Infosys is down about 1%. Tech Mahindra is down 2%. Technology as a pack has looked weak in this particular session. HDFC Limited is up 0.3, 1461. That's BPCL for you, down about 5 rupees. IndusInd Bank is up 8 rupees, 1391. And Sun Pharma is absolutely flat. Bharti Infratel, 3 rupees lower, 310. Aurobindo Pharma is 3 rupees higher. That's about 689. Z Entertainment is down about 1.3%, and Tata Motors DVR is down close to a rupee at this point of time. Cipla is down about 1/3%. HCL Tech is down about 0.5%, 873, and L&T is up about 0.5%. HUL absolutely flat, M&M absolutely flat, and Maruti down 0.5%. Asian Paints up 2 rupees, 1064, and Lupin is down about 1%. Dr. Reddy's on your screen is down about 5 rupees or so. 13 points only higher for the Nifty. It is about 30 points of the day's highest point. That's Bank of Baroda for you, up about 3.7. It's among the top gainers. Throughout the day, there was strength into the PSU banking space. That's Bank of Baroda, 23 million shares traded, very strong in terms of volume. ICICI Bank up around 3%. That's the second top gainer, 275.5. 17 million shares traded. In fact, 17.5 million. And again, this is a name which has done very well today, ICICI Bank. It could be led by short covering as well. SBI is up 2.7. That's 275.76. 20 million shares, about 7.5 rupees higher for SBI. 275, 276. Looking in extremely strong with the movement today. GAIL is up 1.4%. 382, 3.4 million shares. 5 rupees higher for GAIL. 382, 383 for GAIL. 5 to 6 rupees on the higher side. 3.5 million shares traded for this name. Kotak Mahindra Bank is up 1%, 878. That's about 2.2 million shares traded, 10 rupees higher for Kotak Bank. Kotak Bank is not like, some of the other 3 top names that did well, but still it did well today. ITC is up around 1%. That's around 280 odd rupees. ITC has just been hovering around this 275 to 280 mark. Reliance did well, was up around 0.8. That's around 1284 for Reliance. Let's also look at the losers. So Grasim was the top loser, and the interesting part are volumes. 3.6 million shares traded, 1,059 for Grasim, 32 rupees decline. Very, very strong move for Grasim, 3.6 million shares traded. Tech Mahindra is down 2%, that's around 472. About 9 to 10 rupees decline for Tech Mahindra, 2 million shares down, 2 million shares traded. Z Entertainment was down 1.5, that's around 516 for Z Entertainment. 1.06 million shares traded, and TCS was also down. TCS was down about 1.3%. Ambuja Cements declined today. In fact, the entire cement pack did not do that well. Down 1.2% for Ambuja Cement. Infosys, Bharti Infratel, Idea are some of the other top losers. So Infosys was down 1%. Bharti Infratel was down 1%, and Idea Cellular was also down 1%. Lupin also did not do particularly well, down close to 1%, 1475 for Lupin. Adani Ports down about 1%, and Bajaj Auto was down close to 1%. ONGC also you can actually add into that list, around 191 for ONGC towards the close. The mid-cap index did better today. It was better than the large-cap space, at least in terms of movement. Let's look at some names. And again, it's all about PSU banks. So you have a Bank of India, which is up 5% today. 133 for Bank of India, very strong volumes. OBC was up 7% or so. And REC, that's Rural Electrification Corporation. You cannot exactly call it a PSU, but yes, it's a government-owned company. It's an NBFC company. It is there into the business of lending. So that can definitely be there. KC International in a row did well. It was up 10% yesterday. It's up another 8% today. EROS International is up around 5.6%, 267 for EROS. Very, very strong move for this name, EROS International. If I'm not wrong, it's also trading at a new high, so 267 for EROS International. HP Electric and Power, it's a name that we generally don't talk about. It was up 10% today. The day's high was 119, then it closed around 114. Star Paper Mills was up a full 20%, 171 for Star Paper Mills. It's among the top gainers, and it was in the upper circuit for quite some time. Warteg Wabag, again a strong move, 6.8% higher, 666 for Warteg Wabag. It's a name which has done very well in the recent past and continues to do so. Some of the international brokerages have been very bullish on this name. Skipper Limited was up 7%, DCM Shriram was up close to 8%. All these names in the mid-cap space did extremely well today. Let's also look at some losers. So Jindal Steel and Power was down 5%. Avenue Supermarkets, let's pull up JSPL first. Down 5%, 17 million shares traded. There was some news flow which probably took it down, 119 for JSPL. Avenue Supermarkets was down 3%, 615. That's the new recent listing. It's finally seen some sort of selling pressure. NCL India was down 8%. Remember, it went up to the levels of 122, 123 in the last few days. It's now down about 8% today. 8% decline for NCL India. I think it may have got ex-dividend as well. NLC India, not NCL India. So it's down about 8 rupees or so in terms, maybe because of dividend as well. Aditya is still with us. Aditya, we were talking about PSU banks. Can you just tell us from the mid-tier PSU banks, do you like anything? Do you like any names within that sector?
Well, Bank of Baroda is one stock which has seen a sharp correction, and after that stock is consolidating at lower band in the range of 588 to 168, 170 levels. In today's session, we have seen some short coming in the counter, and if we see technical setup also, stock has taken the support of 200 days exponential moving average, which is somewhere in the range of 158, 160, and from those levels we have seen a pullback. Now 170 is the immediate resistance. Today tested 170, and from those levels we saw some little bit of profit booking. So if it breaks 170 and sustains above that, in that case we are expecting target of 184 to 188 levels in Bank of Baroda. So one can make long positions above 170 with target of 184, 188, and stop loss on lower side will be 164.
Right. No, I was talking about the mid names, names like Bank of India, Union Bank, OBC, which were all sharply up 7-8% today.
Well, similarly, means if we see Bank of India also means the stock was consolidating in a band of 122, 130. Stock has given a good breakout. We have seen some short covering. So in Bank of India, again, one can expect target of 138, 140 levels. So more or less, most of the PSU banks, they were trading in a range, and now we are seeing breakout. Some of these stocks have given a breakout, and some of these stocks are on the verge of giving a breakout. So most of the PSU sector, PSU mid-cap banks are looking good, and one can go long at current levels also, be it Bank of India, be it Union Bank. Union Bank also we expecting target of 165, 166. So from these levels also one can easily expect means 8 to 10% upside in Union Bank.
Any call on REC PFC?
Well, if we see REC stock has already seen a decent rally from 120 levels to 170 in less than 3 to 4 months, and we have not seen any significant correction. Yes, overall structure for the chart is quite bullish. We are still expecting that stock can test 180, 182 levels. But from current levels, if you see REC, risk reward ratio doesn't come in favor of buyers. Yes, if there is some correction in the counter, stock comes in the range of 160 to 160. That is a good level where one can go long with a stop loss of 150 and target of 180 to 185. But at current levels, for traders at least, I would avoid making any long position in REC. Risk reward ratio is not in favor. But if we see PFC, PFC has seen a good consolidation in last couple of trading days from 120 and 140. This is a range in which PFC was trading. So from current levels, PFC looks better than REC. In PFC, I'm expecting target of 150, 155 in short term. So at current levels, one can go long in PFC with a stop loss of 132 as a stop loss, and on higher side, 155 will be the target.
Right. Any call on aviation names, whether it's SpiceJet or Interglobe Aviation, if you have sufficient history? Can you just tell us what's happening?
Well, if we see aviation stock, this week was particularly good for aviation counters, be it SpiceJet, Jet Airways, or Indigo. Means if I have to take a call in an aviation stock, then Jet Airways would be the top pick. The stock has seen a good rally, but yes, it means we are seeing some long position getting built up in Jet Airways. On higher side, I'm expecting target of 530 to 535 in Jet Airways. So this reward in Jet is best among all the aviation counters. So at current levels, one can go long with a stop loss of 482, and on higher side, one can expect target of 530, 540. SpiceJet has already seen a sharp rally. Now stock is trading near this resistance zone of 96, 97 level. So at current levels, if you see SpiceJet stock, it doesn't provide a risk reward ratio which is favorable for buyers. So I would skip SpiceJet at current levels. Indigo again is chart is positive, but stock is consolidating in a range of 780 to 1100 levels. Now from current levels, upside is not as much as we are expecting in Jet Airways. So among all the three counters, Jet Airways will be my top pick.
Right, but the rally in some of these names have been very strong, which tells you that there is delivery-based buying, right?
Well, yes, means we are seeing delivery-based buying in all the three counters, but means if we see SpiceJet and Indigo, these two stocks have seen a sharp rally in last two trading sessions. So we can see some profit booking in the counter, but if we see Jet Airways, we have not seen this kind of sharp move in Jet Airways. So now Jet Airways can catch up the rally, and on higher side, if we have to say risk reward ratio, then Jet is the best candidate among all the three counters.
Right. In terms of real estate names, can you just tell us what's happening? Can you start with DLF?
Well, if we see real estate stock which are in F&O category, we are seeing some positive momentum. But yes, if we see non-F&O stocks like Puravankara, Be Suntec Realty, Oberoi Realty, they have already seen a good sharp move. But the stocks which are in F&O like DLF, India Bulls Real Estate, or HTL, they have not seen that kind of rally. And we are seeing long position getting built up at lower levels. So overall structure remains bullish. In DLF, it means stock is struggling in the range of 145 to 150, 152 levels. It is not breaking 150 to 153 zone. And on higher side, if it breaks that low level, then we can expect target of 158, 160. Structure for DLF remains bullish, but I would recommend to buy only if it breaks 152. In that case, one can expect target of 164, 165.
Right. You look at a cash name called KEC International. It's up 16% in the last 2 days.
Well, if we see KEC International on higher side, 160, 165 was a very strong resistance zone. Last week, stock gave a breakout from this zone, and we saw some delivery-based buying in the counter. So overall structure for KEC is good, but yes, if we see stock in this week itself, stock is up by 22%. So as of now, if you see, means risk reward is not coming in favor of buyers from current levels. Structure remains bullish. One can easily expect target of 240 to 250 levels in KEC International. But I would recommend to buy on declines if it comes to 90. That's a good level where one can go long, keeping a stop 70. On high side, 240 to 50 is a possible.